happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Another episode of Fight Talk. Two brothers across the world. We got special guest. K West is in Thailand, in nature. We'll be talking about some fights, some fight news or whatnot. As usual, guys, check the description. If you don't want to hear about what we've been up to and whatnot, check the description. You can get straight to the Fight Talk. It'll be the first thing in the description that says Fight Talk starts now. And then also check the description for the timestamps. It'll be Fight Talk, it'll be Fight News. I'll catch up or whatnot. But do check the description. If you want to get straight to the Fight Talk, check the description, it'll be the first thing. What's happening, K West? You got a friend there, you're in the nature. Is your friend cool being on camera? Is it cool being on YouTube? Like, just to make sure he's cool with that.
Are you okay being on camera? On YouTube? It's gonna go on YouTube. You okay? He's fine, man.
There you go.
A is okay. Isn't it? Okay. Wait, you pronounce your name A, yeah? Yeah. A, isn't it? Yeah, A.
Okay.
I met him last year and he helped me out a lot, and I just came to say hello, and here we are. So yeah, man. But I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Just very busy. First week of Ramadan done. Work's mad busy as usual. Yeah, just I'm gonna start training. Last week I took a week of training, just to kind of adapt to the Ramadan timetable. We'll get back into this week, but just slow it down a bit. I'll go to probably do martial arts twice a week, and the rest just training outside. And then what else? I don't know. Just take it. I got a cough that's been bothering me for the fourth week now. So I'm gonna lay off the cold plunge this whole week and see if that might be the issue. Because I've had this cough that just doesn't go. So this week I'm gonna lay off cold plunge, and if it doesn't work, then I'll get some cough syrup. If that don't work, then I'll probably have to go to doctors because it's been 4 weeks now. So,
have you tried the old ginger remedy and the old stuff?
You know what? I haven't because of Ramadan, but maybe I'll try it tonight. The problem is during Ramadan, I don't drink any like in the evening. I just drink water, loads of water. So I don't like substitute water for like tea or coffee. Like I don't drink coffee in the evening anyway. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's just like bare water. So maybe I'll just do some warm water with honey and ginger tonight.
Sacred time. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Fight that out. Fight that out.
But it's been like it's nothing. It's just a cough, and it's been very phlegmy. So anyway, 4 weeks. But other than that, where are you now? Where you're in? Where in Thailand are you? What's this location that we're in? Who's your friend that's gonna be on this week's episode?
So I'm in Chiang Mai at the moment. And I came back here a couple of days ago, and you probably saw me posting with all these different people who I had met last year. So I was reconnecting with them, and A here, he really helped me out. After I remember the whole motorcycle accident that I had that time. Yeah. So after that happened, I needed to cut my hair and eventually leave Chiang Mai and go to another city. And I found his barbershop. I hobbled here, and we just connected. Like it was a lot of Google Translate to speak to each other, but we got each other. Like it was a very spiritual conversation. And then he told me that he had like some issues with his back, like it's tight because obviously he's a barber, so he's up all the time like this. So me being bored for 1 week, sitting in a damn room like this, I'm like, I need to do something with my hands. So let me come and help you. Let me come back and help you. So I came with my cupping, and he had like a bed here, and so we just worked it out. And then he drove me back to my place, checked me out, took all my luggage and everything, and then he drove me to the bus station after that. So I was eternally grateful, for that, because it was just kindness from a stranger in a sense, I just came to say hello, and here I am.
Okay, cool. Nice. It's amazing how you can make connections and friendships and whatnot just by helping out, basically, by doing just that's what it is, man. Just kindness, right? Kindness just goes a long way. It's hard to find that in people, maybe it's specific areas in the world. I don't know what it is, but it's hard to find sometimes natural kindness. People just want to help each other and just be there for people. It's a weird thing, but it's a weird thing that it doesn't happen as often. That's what I mean. But when it happens, you could just see the peace, you could see the connection, you could see you know, the helpfulness, the consideration. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, it was, you know, and I mean, even we had breakfast together and food and everything, and took me to this place called, what's the place called again? Inshallah. Inshallah, yeah, the place is called Inshallah, yeah. He
Inshallah,
took me to this
okay.
place, yeah. He took me to this place in the forest, right? And then we had like is it chai tea? Chai tea?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, some kind of Thai tea, and this place was literally like it's like this, like complete like foresty kind of spot. And there's like a hammock. It was a really really chill spot. And then I was thinking to myself, man, I'm gonna be late for my bus. This guy, he did some madness and cut through all this traffic, and he shaved off like 40 minutes and got me there in time. I was like, wow. So yeah, man, that's why that's why I'm here.
Mm. Okay, cool, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, look, let's get into it. I apologize because I got work and stuff to get into, so let's get into it so we have enough time to talk
I
about the
know.
fights and whatnot.
Yeah,
And then we got some
yeah,
fight news as well to cover as well. But yeah, this week, let's get into some fight talk. So this week we had a fight card. You know, standard sort of fight card, heavyweight fight card. Tai Tuivasa versus Martin Tabuya. Did you watch the fights? Did you get a chance to watch the fights this week?
I saw most of them.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I did see most of them, and yeah, it was a
Did,
good card. It was a better card than I expected.
yeah, it was a fun card. The main fight, you watched the main fight, right? Tai Tuivasa started strong,
I
but Tabuya was able to hold out and then dominate on the ground.
dug deep. Yeah, he dug deep and choked him out, right?
Choked him out, man. Yeah, that was. I mean, Ty looked good. He felt good. I mean, everything just looked like he was in good energy and all that sort of stuff, getting his groove back and all that sort of stuff. And he came out with a flowy, and I think Ty, like Tabua, just kind of held. I don't know, held composed, and once he took him down, that was it. It was the beginning of the end. Dominated him on the ground,
Yeah,
and then was able to just choke him out. And Ty wasn't looking to tap, right? He wasn't looking to tap. It looked like
yeah,
the angle seemed off. Like I thought he might not be able to get it because the angle just
yeah.
seemed a bit off. But then, yeah, Ty went looked at the tap. Ref done a great job just checking him, and then tapped him out. Well, yeah, he was out cold, man. So he had to stop the fight.
Yeah. That I don't know if you saw there was another one on the card as well. And that same thing happened. They weren't willing to tap, man.
Yeah,
We'll
go
get to that. We'll get to
out,
that.
go out on their shield. Yeah, I saw that one as well. Did I see that one? Yes, I did see that one. I think that was
Barbarena
with.
versus
Yeah, Joe and
Gerald
Mearshart
Marshall.
versus Barbarina. Yeah, same thing, exact same thing. And again, it was another same thing. As soon as Mearshart got it on the floor, on the ground, it
Yeah.
was just dominant. I mean, Mearshart's just, you know, a big jiu-jitsu expert there. I mean, look, Tai Tuivasa is obviously a fun heavyweight. Great character. He did not, he was on a tear at one point, just knocking out people left, right. Derek Lewis, right?
Yeah.
The
And he was
the other guy, what's the other guy's name? The NFL player that people hated.
Greg Hardy.
Hardy. Yeah, so there was a
Greg
few.
Hardy.
He was going through the heavyweight division. And then I don't know what it is. I mean, that fight with Seal Gun, I mean, that was the high that was we're talking about the highest level, right? We're talking about number 2 spot, 3 spot. So there was that. And he done well. He done well with the Seal Gun.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
But
He did
since
revive
then,
Cyril
man,
Gane.
since then, I mean, it's been I don't know, it's been a tough one for him. Doesn't mean he's
Mm,
out or anything, but I don't know if he's on the doesn't mean it's on the decline. It's just I guess that just heavyweight expect that heavyweight level. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. One punch is all it takes to change everything and anything in the heavyweight division. The right punch,
Yeah.
that's it. So
Well, I mean, recently
yeah,
I feel
man.
like it's been the grappling that's changing things, man. I mean, well.
Mm,
I say that, I'm just saying you've been having a lot of heavyweight grapplers. I mean, like, look, John Jones won the title by grappling, right? You got Tabuo who dominated this by grappling. You had the Brazilian guy, was in Almeida. I look at, to be fair, what's his name did hammer punch the shit out of him and knocked him out. But
oh
pure
man, I'm
grappling.
glad. I'm glad.
But there's been a lot
Yes.
of grappling going on in the heavyweight division, which is interesting.
Even though Tom Aspinall is all rounder,
Yeah.
he's shown good grappling as well. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
facts,
yeah.
man.
And
It's
that
facts.
guy who we beat, what's his name again, bro? The Russian dude. He's a tough. cookie as well, man.
Sergey Pavlovich.
Yeah,
Pavlovich.
yeah. I mean, he's a striker though, but
Uh,
he's definitely a tough dude out there as well.
and
But yeah,
he
maybe like
was involved in.
Tabua.
Go on, go on.
Maybe I don't know if Tabua and Pavlovich have fought before, but maybe that could be a next fight for him.
Tabora and who?
So Sergey Pavlovich, or whatever his name is.
I don't think they fought before. Makes sense though. I mean, where's
Hmm.
Sergey? He was fifth, sixth in the runnings.
Why am I not? They're not showing his number. Normally they show the number.
Maybe he's unranked then.
No, I'm not actually. No, the site's not showing anyone's. Maybe they're doing the rankings or something. I don't know.
Makes sense.
But yeah, no, interesting. Good heavyweight fight. Heavyweight fights are always kind of exciting because you just never know, right? But yeah, for Ty, I mean, I think he's still a fun character. Um,
Yeah. I mean, we all love a Shuri, or we all love to watch a Shuri, right?
yeah, exactly. So, I don't know what happened to him. I mean, obviously he's working on his skill set and whatnot, but it seems like the grappling in this example, the grappling just got the better of him.
I mean, I would like to see what like we've had a couple heavyweights over the years that have looked like heavyweights of old, like quite heavy, right? And then we've seen them transform, and sometimes the results are better. We've seen Derek Lewis shrink down and transform. We've seen Roy Nelson back in the day. He trimmed down and he got better and he developed different things. And so I don't know. I'm not saying that that's the answer to everything, but maybe you know uh, with a different kind of fitness regime, maybe he can apply things differently. I don't know. Got to change something if you're losing, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's something there. I mean, I think he still got it. He still felt like that. It looked like he was in a good place.
Yeah.
And he started off so strong. He started off so good.
Right, right, right.
And maybe that's what I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a strategy of because it's heavyweight. Just feels like with one punch you can take out. Maybe it's a strategy of pace. I don't know because it's like he went for Taburia. Taburia held out. Not saying that he got tired or anything, but maybe it's like you know what the strategy of pace. Like I'm a heavyweight, but let me pace it with my striking. Be more distant management. I mean, he's a short heavyweight as well. I guess compared to some of the other bigger ones. So he's always kind of got to get in close into the pocket and whatnot. Still love him as a character, man, but good win for Tabuya. I think he showed, that he's definitely climbing up the ladder, beating Taito Vyasa.
Yeah, no, for sure. But
Uh, did,
just to add, I think changing the regiment that he's on, slim down a little bit, you're gonna get a better gas tank. That's facts, man. So that's my point.
yeah, cool. I mean, heavyweights are always just big, right? So, it might be it's just his frame or something. I don't know. All right, well, let's move on to the next bout, which was an interesting end. And then, did you see it? And then there's extra beef in the cage, a possible fight after the fight. Yeah, the eye poke.
Ah,
So Brian Battle, he looked good. Brian Battle looked good. And Angie Lusa, like, he was holding it up. I don't know. Like, obviously, Brian Battle thinks that he was finding a way out. But then Lusa was, the eye poke happened. Lusa said he couldn't carry on, he couldn't see, so they stopped the fight. And then after the fight, Brian Battle, must have said to him that you're Usi. I don't want to say the word, trying to not swear during
right,
Ramadan.
right.
And then
I know what
Lusa
you
got
mean.
angry, and then there was gonna be another fight. And it was just kind of like I get Brian Battle's point. It's like, well, where was that energy 5 minutes ago? Like now you want to fight me again? Where's that energy? We were just in a fight, and now you want to fight
Right,
me
right.
because of that. So I don't know, his claim is that I was smashing him and he was finding his way out. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I do understand that point. I'm like, Lusa, why don't you just take the full 5 minutes? If you were ready to fight then, why don't you just take the full 5 minutes and then think? But you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on through his head, what happened to his eye. I don't know. If he
No.
comes out and says, with a X-ray or whatever that his eye is messed up, then it's like, well, it's legit. He couldn't see.
Mm,
If he doesn't, a lot of
mm.
people will suspect. Maybe he was trying to find a way out, but we don't know.
I mean, the the thing is about a fight like that. Any of those fights now, they are no contest. They're not just. They're not. what do you call it, disqualification. So if it's another, it's a nothing, right? So they can do it again. Simple.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they could, yeah. And it's a good thing that he didn't get disqualified because he was. Because if it's a pure accident, then that would be a shame. And obviously he was
Mm.
smashing him, and if he got disqualified and lost based on that, it just will be, that's just a
Yeah,
bad. That's just bad, basically.
that's
But
bad luck.
I don't know. I think
But
Brian
yeah,
Battle should just move on. I reckon, to be honest with you as well, because the way it happened, I reckon the
yeah.
UFC would just move on as well and just give Brian Battle someone maybe a bit higher. And Lusa
Mm.
would just, I guess get another fight later on. I don't think they were gonna want it back.
I know that Brian was he was open to it, but yeah, that does make sense what you're saying. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't know if there's. I mean, it's not no big storyline, but I don't know if there's a storyline they could try and build off it. I don't know, but it's nothing big to build. Not to be bad on them, but they're just not.
Yeah,
Who cares about that story? What I'm
there's
saying.
nothing. There's nothing.
Anyway, Fight Battle was looking good though. He was looking sharp with his striking,
But
with his takedowns, with his grappling. He was looking very sharp, man. So just he won the Ultimate Fighter, right? So I think it was him that won the Ultimate Fighter. So one to look out for.
yeah,
Before that, we had an exciting light heavyweight bout. OSP of St. Pru versus Kennedy. I'm not gonna try and pronounce his surname.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It,
That was back and forth for a good while.
bro, I
Exciting.
mean, did you watch that fight?
I saw more of that fight than the previous one. Yeah, that was interesting.
I
I think OSP
mean,
won that one.
yeah, that third round, they put it on. They put it on them, and they went at it. But it did seem like, because these are light heavyweights, so you'd expect a knockout, especially with these two, you'd expect some kind of knockout. But I feel like the striking that they both did was very pace, or it was very one on one. You hit me, I hit you. It's very based
Yeah,
around pace. So I think they're both trying to pace themselves. So it wasn't someone really going for it. I don't know if someone really went for it, if they could have got the knockout or anything. But and also it didn't look like
moments.
anyone was, I don't know what it was, but it didn't look like anyone was trying to like throw the hardest shot. It just felt like, let me pace myself and not throw 100%. Let me throw at 50 to 70% each strike. But it was like a one-on-one. You jab me, I jab you, like almost kind of like a one-on-one type of thing. Felt very boxing orientated. There was a couple of kicks here and there, but felt very boxing orientated. I'm surprised OSP didn't go for like more takedowns. He's known for that Von Flue choke, all that sort of stuff. And Kennedy was able to get, Kennedy was longer, I feel, so he could have kept like the distance. But that third round, though, I think it was the second or third where OSP caught the uppercut. I believe it was OSP that caught the uppercut.
I think
Yes, I caught the
yeah,
uppercut, knocked him down. And that third round, it was very exciting the way they just went at it. But I felt like even though they went at it, I think they were gassed, but also, they weren't throwing at 100%, But obviously they were gassed out at that point. So I just didn't see anyone getting knocked out. I don't know. It was a good fight though, very exciting.
it was a good back and forth, and I think, like I said, OSP won it deservedly. So
Yeah, I
somewhat.
would think so. He got knocked down. He got knocked down in the fight. Yeah, you could say it was kind of close, but OSP got the knockdown. I think he got the upper hand. All right, moving on to the featherweight bout, which was a complete different pace, just another faster pace. Christian Rodriguez versus Isaac. I'm not gonna try and pronounce surname because I've been losing with surnames recently. Dulgarian. Um,
Gagarin?
Yeah, the Guardian. Anyway, that was another fast-paced fight. And first, you know what's crazy? Who won that? That was the guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so Christian won the fight because he pulled it on in the second and third round. Isaac was smashing him in the first round. I mean, it was fast paced, but Isaac got the better of him in the grappling and the what you call it, scrambling and everything like that. And he was able to get dominant control on the ground. But then he gassed himself out. He gassed himself out. And by the third round, Christian was able to kind of take over. You watch this
Wait a
fight?
minute. this is the cornrow guy, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he just wrestled him and wrestled him and wrestled him and wrestled him. Oh
yeah.
my, yeah, that was such a strange fight, man. Like he just ragdolled him and did nothing, and then yeah, and then just momentum just shifted, and that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember that. That
He
was
gassed
crazy.
out completely by the third round.
Nothing
And
like
I gave Christian the win. They gave Christian the win. So interesting.
that. That was the same fight card, the same fight where the guy was the guy who lost was accusing the guy who won of greasing. Did you hear about that?
No, no, I have. When did he say that? On the fight, on the post-fight press conference?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm a grappler. I've grappled many people," and he said he felt weird. He felt different. And I'm thinking, I thought he was talking about steroids for a second. He said, "No, no, no." He said, "No, no." There was something about his skin that had rubbed something on him. I couldn't get a hold of him. Don't
Oh,
understand.
damn. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, that's interesting. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. I mean, he was able, I mean, they were definitely scrambling and whatnot. Again, I don't know if he was greased or what the allegation is or whatnot. But
that's what it is.
end of
That's
the
what he said.
yeah, end of the day though, I don't know, man. I guess they'll have to investigate or something. But end of the day, he was gassed. It wasn't that in the third round that he was just slipping, that you were tired as well, I guess. Because you
Yeah,
know, grappling and wrestling's hard, right? It's very hard. Then you got to think about it, right? It's a 15-minute fight, right? Up and down, striking, grappling, wrestling. With wrestling and jiu-jitsu and whatnot, you're doing a 6 minute, you're doing a 6 minute fight. So you explode for 6 minutes and that's
right.
it. Yeah. But if you're trying to do
That's
the
what.
full explosion for first round, 5 minutes, you got another 10 minutes to go. Like, so it's tough.
Because it was like he wrestled for 10 minutes, right, and then the fight began. He was like, oh, he had nothing left for the fight almost. That's what it looked like because that guy was what's his name again?
Isaac,
I'm just saying that guy. Give me the names. The guy with the
Isaac,
cornrow, his name was
Isaac,
okay.
Isaac,
So Isaac was the wrestler, and the other guy was
Christian Rodriguez.
okay, right. So Isaac was the wrestler, and then Christian was the BJJ practitioner, right? That was what was the kind of a trade off, and yeah, he wrestled him for all that time, and then he was able to just outlast him, and then transitioned him, use jiu-jitsu and beat him up. So that's what it was, man. Poor uh, stamina management, I'd say.
It's paced, yeah, exactly. It's all about, I mean, it's not all about, but cardio could be your worst, could be your worst. I'm not saying these guys are not fully conditioned. They're fully conditioned
No,
at
no,
a
no.
certain pace, right?
But
Because you can't go 100%
yeah,
red line all the time, like for the full 15 minutes. So it's about a pace, right? And sometimes what happens is if I feel like if like Hamza Chimaev, who just goes out with 100% pace, what happens if you don't get him out the first round? You see what happens. You get tired.
see what happened.
But yeah, no, I mean, something to learn on, I guess. It's something, it's all learning curve, right? And again, another one that could be based around pace. All right,
Yeah.
women's bantamweight. Penny Kainzad versus Chison. Macy Chison. Anyway,
I didn't see that one. Next.
yeah, did you see that fight? I mean, I feel it was a rear naked choke that she got. But anyway, it was a good back and forth. Look, from what I saw, it was good back and forth. I can't remember these fighters to be honest with you. So good back and forth scramble, and just end up getting a choke. But let's just move on. And then Joe Mershard versus Brian Barberina. We spoke about this. Joe Mershard just showed his grappling dominance. Ryan Barberina wasn't looking to go, was just looking to go out on his shield and not looking to tap. But once Joe got it to the ground,
Oh,
it was kind of
that
done from there. Because he
that
was
was
able to just control, like his control, his ability to control Barberina was amazing. And he's
yeah,
that's what he's good at. He's good at his jiu-jitsu.
yeah, absolutely. And he tied Anderson Silva with the all-time top finishes in the middleweight division. So that was unexpected.
Yeah, it's
And
definitely a record to hold. It's crazy because a lot of people hold records that you don't know about because they're not high up. They're not the Anderson Silvas or whatnot.
mm,
But still, I mean, that's a record. I mean, of course, look, Anderson Silva, not to, obviously, he's the great, obviously, the GOAT, obviously. And obviously, he done it on the highest level, being a champion and fighting everyone who was number one, two, and all that sort of stuff. Um, but still, an amazing record to have.
yeah, 11 finishes is the all time. So yeah, no, but Mershon, it looks like he's getting better.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't remember his last fight, to be honest. The last, I honestly, as bad as it sounds, I just know his name because of when he fought Hamza
Because
and
of
Hamza
when he
knocked
got
him
Hamza.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's the
As
name
bad as
says.
it sounds, but I
Right.
mean, yeah, that's good that he's building
He looks
himself back
better.
up, man.
Yeah, he looks better. Like even physically, he looked a little bit more leaner than he did when he fought Hamza. He looked a bit more bulkier then. So something's going on. He's transforming, and well, let's see what he does.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't see. Okay, yeah, cool. I didn't see any of the prelims. So I don't know if you saw any of those.
The thing is, I don't. I'm using my phone, and my notes are on my phone, so I'm not gonna bother to go into it. But I did see another fight. I can't remember which one it was. I think there was another submission, but we can we can leave that one because
All right.
it
Well,
wasn't like, oh my god, G-Man, you gotta see this, you know?
yeah, let's move on to next week card real quick. We'll quickly skim through it and then we'll
Oh,
talk about some fight news and finish up. So next week we got another fight card. We're seeing the return of Rose Namajunas, which is one of like she's I don't know, she'll
wait,
go down as a Hall of Famer, right? In the women's flyweight division. She's got to. I feel like
you have to.
she's fighting Amanda Ribas.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. That's a good fight for her. That's a good
I
fight
think
for her. Ribas
so.
is she got that witch laugh, like
Yes,
right? She got
yeah.
that,
It's kind of
yeah.
cringy or weird or not weird, but I don't know, kind of cringy,
High
or
pitched
creepy.
like a witch laugh.
Yeah. But let's see. I mean, Rose. So Rose, okay,
I
Rose
think
lost the
Rose
belt to
Carla Esparza
Palace
by
Barza.
non-activity.
Yeah,
Let's keep that in mind.
exactly. Yeah, non-activity. And then so
Yeah,
the champions, okay, the champions were Zhang Wei Li, who she beat
who's
twice,
fighting?
which is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
She beat her
that's
twice.
yeah, that's
Um, I don't know. I think if Rose, obviously, if she wins this, I think she could build herself up back to like the next fight could be a title fight again. Um,
oh yeah. It's
which
whether she can go on.
yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it's exciting to see her back. I'm a fan of hers, man. I'm rooting for her. She's always, since the tough show that she was on, she's always been amazing. So yeah, let's see what happens with that.
Yeah. I just hope she can get it together because it seems like it's normally a mental battle for Rose to be in the spotlight and go and do the machine, which is UFC, which is interviews and all of that. I think she's not really into that. It takes a lot out of her. That's why I've gathered from her interviews when she was on Eric Hawani. So I we've seen what she can do when she's mentally there, physically there. She's a scary individual.
It's
So
crazy because
I can see her back.
she's the one that
Yeah.
beats the champions, the Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Zhang Weili, the ones that no one else can beat. And when I say no one else, I'm saying like they seem so dominant, so scary, so this and that, and she beat them both twice. How crazy is that? Like she's taken them both out twice.
I'm saying it.
It's mad. But when she went up against Carla Esparza, for example, she just froze. There was something that went wrong. It's like you went up against the most dangerous fighters. To be fair, no disrespect to Carla Esparza, but you went up against two of the dangerous fighters and you took them both out. Her confidence, you would think, is you know what I mean. But something happens. Let's see if she can bring
Yeah,
that. If she can bring
focus
that
for
confidence
sure.
back. When she's in her element, there's something different there, bro.
She's next level. Her movement, her controlling distance. Like she's so like almost like ultra instinct mode, man. Crazy
Yeah,
good.
one of the best. One of the best. It's just weird. It's not weird, but it's something strange happens. Like, man, you beat the best, the most scariest people,
Mm.
the champions in the division twice.
Mm.
And
The movie
then,
woman is coming to get you. Remember
yeah,
that?
Yeah, she with her took her out in the first fight. Remember that knocked her out and
Oh,
whatnot. And then
oh
the
no.
second round fight, she had a 5 round fight and beat her, right? Same with Zhang Weili. First fight, head kick, out.
Damn.
Second fight, 5 round fight, beat her. Like amazing, amazing. And then, like I said, with Carla Esparza just froze. But anyway, let's see if she can
Mm,
bring that element back, because when she can, she's the best in the world. Let's be real, when she
Rose,
can,
we miss
when
you.
she's in that mental place, she's the best in the world, no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. We miss you, Rose. Come back. Oh well, no.
All
Welcome back.
right, let's quickly just other people on the card. We got Carl Williams versus Justin Tafa, Edmund Shabazian versus AJ Dobson. So
Head movement.
head
Head movement.
movement, exactly. Some of these other fights, I'll be honest with you, I'm not familiar with. So, I'll chill and watch the card, I guess. The only other fight I'm familiar with on prelims
Oh,
is
which
Muhammad
card are we talking
Usman.
about?
Kamal Usman's brother.
Brother,
He's the
head
first
movement.
fight on the
Right,
prelim, so
right.
probably check that one out. But yeah,
I'm
another little
watching.
short fight card to look forward to next week.
What's that next
Uh,
week?
Next week, yeah.
The 300 is April. Remind me.
Yeah, 300's
Okay,
April.
okay, okay,
300
okay.
is in. We got 2 more fight nights. Yeah, we got fight nights all the way. Oh man, no, there's fight nights all the way until April, man.
Oh my God! Wow. All right.
Yeah, there's 4 more weeks basically till 300, and we got fight. They're keeping us busy with fight nights all the way. All right, cool. Well, look, that's that. Let's bring up the news. Hold on. So let's move on to MMA news, stuff that we found, and I think we'll try and be more on point with this, with the news section or whatnot. Like I said, we're going to be writing it down and make sure we find what we can. But the first thing, which is exciting news, but also I don't know how I feel about it too much. Jose Aldo is back, the legend, the Hall of Famer, the
Ah.
featherweight king. Is it featherweight? Yeah, featherweight king. Man, the leg kicks, the flying knees. I mean, one of the most exciting fighters, one of the most dominant fighters. Leg kicks. I mean, what that fight with Uriah Faber in EW, what's it called? ECW.
WEC.
I mean,
WEC.
I mean, at one point at the end of his career, like, or at the end of his UFC run, he wasn't throwing those leg kicks like he used to, like we were so used to. I don't know what happened. Like, he was known for them, but something happened. I don't know. Maybe it was an injury. I don't know, but never disclosed. But it just the flying knees, everything was just, I don't know. It was just limited to hands at one point.
He ain't
He's
getting
back at
smacked again.
UFC
You know what I mean?
301 and he's fighting. Let's see if I can find the name. Someone I'm not familiar with as well. So maybe it's a good fight coming back. He's not going straight out there.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's on a 6-fight winning streak. The guy he's fighting. Which
Okay,
have you got his
so
name?
shouldn't
Got his name up?
underestimate him. Um, I'm not seeing it on the official UFC site, so I don't think they've updated it yet. Where is it? It was on the chat, isn't it?
He is fighting. God damn.
Yeah, where's his name? There it is.
Got it?
Yeah, Martinez. That's what I got.
Right.
Jonathan
Oh,
Martinez.
right. Yeah. He his record is good, and he beat a couple. I think he beat Cub Swanson and a couple other names as well. So he's not to be ignored.
And they're fighting in Brazil, and maybe that's like a special edition for Brazil, bring a Brazilian legend back. So
Yeah.
I mean, I got mixed thoughts. Of course, I'm excited to see Jose Aldo back. On the second hand, I don't want to see him lose or go on any bad run. If he wins, does he try to go back up there and then he starts losing again? If he loses, it's like, why did you come back? And then if you lose against someone, and no disrespect to Martinez, I'm not just too familiar with, but if you lose to someone like that, what does that show? That nothing takes away from anyone's previous record. That facts is facts. That's solidified. But same with like Cejudo when he came back. To be fair, he came back at the top of the echelon. But
Yeah.
with this one, I feel like one, it could be a good fight just because, again, no disrespect to the individual, but just the level. But two, it could be very bad because if you lose, you came back and then you lost to someone that's not on the higher end of the scale. It's just like, come on, Jose, man, just retire, man. Sell your burgers and retire, man.
Selling burgers? Is that his thing?
Yeah, he's got a restaurant, isn't he, in Brazil? He sells burgers.
No, I didn't know. What? Well, this is going to be a big marketing boom for his business, win, loss, or draw. So, yeah, I can see the angle in it.
I
But
mean, he's had his
I
burger
want to
shop
hear.
for a while, though. I feel like it's
Okay.
I remember from a long time ago, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I don't know. Yeah, I always question why they come back. What's the motivation this time? Because he was doing boxing. He beat Josh Thompson, right, in boxing, and he beat. I think he had 3 fights. I think he won two and he drew one. So I don't know. Like, isn't there more money in that? What is it, man? I want to hear from him. Jose, give me a call.
Yeah, one second, I'm just responding to an email. You carry on just real quick. I need to respond to this.
No, that was it, man. Well, next piece.
Next piece of news was Diego Sanchez and Joshua Faber. When you speak on that, let me just quickly respond to this.
Oh, I'm surprised that Diego even allows him any time or even just gives him like breathes the same air as him because he's like a repugnant human being. Man. That guy is awful, disgusting, despicable, man. Like the video showed uh what's his name? I didn't know his name. Faber. What's his name again?
Joshua Faber or something?
Shit, what's his name? That's it. Yeah. The video shows him coming into Diego's house and kind of like gaslighting him and telling him that you did this right and you owe me this and you owe me that and basically out of all of this kind of manipulation, Diego cuts a check for 100,000 because that's what he said he owes him. And
Are you for real? He
yeah,
actually
it's
cut
like
the check. Why is that guy such a hold over Diego Sanchez's his mind?
I don't know. And he's saying, he's saying to him, "Did you watch the video?"
No, it was a long ass video. I was never. I'm sorry, I didn't watch it now.
You just gotta get the extra. Anyway, he started talking about his mother, like, oh, how your mom doesn't know who I am, and I've helped your career. It's just bogus stuff. And Diego seemed like he was almost like docile or not, yeah, just not really with it. And he was kind of maybe I think he was just playing for the camera because the camera was there, and he was just kind of like saying, yeah, this happened and yeah, that happened, and just go along with it. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but it shows that he's been blackmailing him and he's threatening him and all kinds of like just horrible behavior. So my heart goes out to Diego Sanchez. He's a legend. This shouldn't happen.
Yeah, I can't believe that guy's got such a hold on him, in that way that he was able to even still cut the check out of him, man. Which is crazy.
I mean, it might not be clear, right? Like just because you cut it don't mean nothing. Yeah, but still, like, yeah, I don't know what the hold is with him, and it's because of Joshua Faber why Diego lost his kind of pull with the UFC because they wanted him out. They didn't want nothing to do with him. It's all because of Faber and that mix up that happened. So he cost him the end of his career in the UFC. So that's
Mm.
another thing. So anyway, he's a grown ass man, and he's got grown ass friends and family, and hopefully, amongst all of them, they're able to figure that one out and save him or protect him from this horrible human being, which is Joshua Faber, man. To put him in the darkest hole um, on oh, Neptune or some shit. Nasty person.
Yeah, that guy is a weird, and it's still also a bit weird that that um Diego Sanchez was able to get controlled by it. That's the weird thing. What kind of manipulation? What was it? You know what I mean? That like was able to control it. It's weird.
He reminds me of like people who run cults.
Exactly. I mean,
That's
that's
who.
exactly what it is. I think he is like a cult leader. Um,
Yeah, I think
mentality.
so.
But yeah, no, man, Diego Sanchez, I hope the best for him, man. Hope the best for him. All right. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson happened on Netflix. A lot of people don't like the fight. I don't like the fight, to be honest with you, either. I just think it's just obviously very gimmicky and whatnot. It's a 57-year-old Mike Tyson. End of the day, it's a 57. Mike Tyson is still Mike Tyson, but it's not the prime Mike Tyson. He would eat Jake Paul, bite his head off, not just his ear, no, bite his head off. Jake Paul, I don't understand why. I get it from the money perspective, but why? First of all, I don't want Mike Tyson. He's 57. I don't want him to take hits and whatnot. Jake Paul is a young guy. End of the day, he's a young guy. But
Mm.
putting that aside, and also apparently it's gonna be a Netflix, no pay-per-view or nothing, which is interesting. A live stream fight live on Netflix, which is a very interesting take that Netflix is doing. It is great that these streaming services are getting involved with live sports because it makes sense. My thing is the training. But listen, when Mike Tyson moves, he's still got the movement. When you see some old boxers fight or train, you could just kind of tell like, oh, they look soft, they look slow, their movement. Tyson still looks
Mm.
good.
Mm.
He looks good.
Mm.
The peekaboo style, yeah, he looks so good still. And I'm like, man, like it's exciting. So I'm just wondering, like, if he can put that on him, that would be amazing. Of course, we all want him to knock out Jake Paul, especially Mike Tyson, being Mike Tyson. But if the other way happens, if he gets knocked out, firstly, it's a 57-year-old man. We don't want to see him get knocked out, who's gone through so much brain trauma. And then lastly, Jake Paul's gonna take that as like he's a great fighter. It's like, well, you just beat one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Well, no, you didn't. You beat him, at 57.
Mm. This
Carry
is
on, Bob. I need to just carry on for a second.
um this is a lose-lose for Jake Paul in my opinion, because like G-Man said before we went to go and get clear the mucus out of his nostrils. If Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson, it's a 57-year-old man, right? So there's nothing to gain from that. If Jake Paul gets beat by Mike Tyson, then we're all gonna laugh at him, right? Because he got beat by a 57-year-old man. So there's not much of a scenario where Jake Paul comes out on top of this one, just because he's fighting someone who's past their prime, who, again, on one hand, if he loses to him, we're all gonna laugh at him. If he beats him, we're all gonna feel sorry for Mike. So again, it I don't know the motivation behind it. We always believe it's going to be financial reasons. Um, but yeah, I thought it was fun seeing Mike Tyson train, and we knew that he wanted to do it again after he beat Roy Jones Jr. He said he was happy to fight longer. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
he did. Yeah, I don't know if you remember if he said he was going to do. I think he said with what's the name, Holyfield and whatnot. But then Holyfield, what
Andy
happened
Field. Yeah.
with Vitor? That was wrong as well. What happened with Vitor? That was bad. Vitor
Vitor and
was
who?
young, and he knocked out Holyfield. Do you think that
Oh,
was also unnecessary as well? I mean,
right.
it's not like and I think Vitor celebrated again. It was like even the way Vitor celebrated, it was like, come on, man, that's not right. Anyway, carry on, bro. Sorry, I gotta respond to these notes. You carry on, bro.
No, no, I'm done with that. Really, it's just yeah. There's no reality in which Jake Paul really wins from that one, and yeah, I was watching this thing about from Chael Sonnen, the great Chael P. Sonnen, and he was saying he was reciting something that Chuck Liddell said, which is, I'm sure you remember it, that power is the last thing to go in a fighter's arsenal, and it's kind of been said and echoed through the years, decades of fighting in MMA, right? And Chael was like disputing that, like, who says that? Like, that's not true, right? Because you get shots to the head or whatever, your mind could go faster than your brain, than your power could go, right? And that's something else you don't really think about. But it's just kind of been set in stone that, oh yeah, like if Mike Tyson hits Jake Paul, then it's over. But we don't know that. So anyway, it's not the fight that I want to see. And I hope like nobody gets hurt. Is my end quote.
All right, bro. Sorry, brother, man. I'll let you carry on with John Aspinall and John Jones and Aspinall meet for the first time. You carry on, bro, because I need to, yeah, just busy at work today, man. So I'll let you carry
Man.
on. What's your thoughts on their
Right.
first meetup and whatnot?
So did you watch the video at least? Did you see that?
Yeah,
The
I saw the
snippet.
video. Yeah,
Okay. What did you see when Jones removed Aspinall's hand?
yeah.
What did you think of that?
One second. You
It was
carry on.
awkward,
Let me
right?
just respond to this, and I'll
Awkward,
respond to that. Yeah, give me a sec.
right? Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward meeting, really. But I guess okay, the meeting is the meeting. But what happened afterwards was interesting. Was that Jones, um, Aspinall said, he was just being friendly. He didn't want to create any beef, right, between the two. He asked to do a face off with Jones. Jones didn't want to do it. I feel like Jones was kind of just appeasing Aspinall as opposed to, we can kind of be buddy buddy and until we get to that fight because there was some shots thrown. We know Jones is petty in the way that he responds to things, but he's been more respectful recently and more humble, and as picked that path, right? Because he could have easily just told him like, no, I don't want you near me, but he appeased, him coming to meet him and allowed him to take photos and whatever. And I remember hearing that someone said that when Aspinall touched him on the shoulder, he was checking the distance. Don't know, but yeah, I'll throw it to you now. What did you think of the initial meeting, and then I'll talk about the other part. What did you think
Yeah,
of that?
I
Was it
think, look,
awkward? Did you think it was?
I think Aspinall, he comes across as a very respectful guy, from my opinion, from what I've
Yeah,
seen.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
no,
Neither did Hall.
yeah. So I think, uh, it seemed very respectful, and I think Aspinall just wanted to, I don't know if John Jones is gonna fight Aspinall. I don't know. I think he still wants that Stipe fight. There's something there. There's something there. I don't know what it is. I think because Stipe is the greatest heavyweight, like when it comes down to defending your belt as on the heavyweight side. So it's maybe that. Um, I feel like if John Jones, so I think that's there. John Jones is not getting younger, right? He's getting obviously
Mm,
older as well. He's gone through so much.
mm, yep.
Um, Espinosa, I don't know, man. What would be amazing for John? Because John Jones already did great. Now, if he beats Stipe, which I think there's a good chance that he can do, and then
Yep.
if he defends his title, he's got to defend his title two more times, and then he beats that heavyweight record, right?
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
And then he
Three.
becomes the GOAT, with already the bigger GOAT, right? In the heavyweight division and whatnot. And maybe it's after that, but I don't know if he'll fight Aspinall. I don't know if that's gonna be a big fight. I think for some reason, maybe because I'm an Aspinall fan because he's British, I guess. I feel like um feel like that's a bigger fight, John Jones versus Aspinall. There's something more exciting. Stipe, man, all love to him, but he's just disappeared and he's just waiting for the one fight and he's just disappeared.
Mm,
Aspinall's obviously keeping us busy,
yeah.
exciting, you know what I mean? Getting injured,
Right.
coming back, all this sort of stuff. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All of what you're saying and then some. And so what happened afterwards, right? Was Aspinall giving his thoughts on it. So he walked away and he says basically that, I just wanted to meet him, wanted to see what he's like. He's like, yo, like he's not even that big. Like I'm a real heavyweight. When I saw him on television in the light heavyweight division fighting all these other guys who were, he's still a tall guy, Jones, but he's not big, right? So he said, oh, you know what? I could take him. I think I can take him, right? Respectfully, that's what he said. And he said, I think he said something like, I'm not gonna misquote that because I didn't really hear what he mentioned, but that's all it was. All love. Wanted to meet him. Wanted to kind of see if there's some kind of something there. And he was like, I really want to fight you. I really would appreciate if you give me that chance. How's your shoulder? You good? Yeah, yeah. Da, da, da. Okay, that was what Aspinall said. Now, what Jones said is gonna answer what you just said before. Jones said he's interested in Aspinall. He thought that he's open to the idea of fighting Aspinall. He said there's something about him that's giving him that feeling, and that's always great to hear from Jones, because when he is kind of turned on by something. I'm gonna use how you know how Mike Tyson would be like, that fight arouses me type shit. Like that's more like Jones is kind of intrigued by somebody, and that means he's ready. He's gonna sharpen his tools or whatnot. So it's not definite, but he said he's more open to it than he was before. So that's why I thought was really
I
interesting.
mean, look, Jones is the greatest. Now, for example, if he says, all right, I'm just gonna fight Aspinall, and say, for example, he beats Aspinall, not only does he beat the interim champion, he beats another generation of fighters. John Jones, through light heavyweights, gone through generations, right? That tough division of those Shogun and Rampage and whatnot. Then he went through another generation with, you know, some of the harder fights he had with Gustafsson and exactly.
Right.
So he went through that. He went through two generations, you could say, right? And then you could say maybe 3 generations, because when he built himself up, he went through a generation. Then he went through the legend Killerden generation, and then he went through another generation or whatnot. Now, if he does that in heavyweight, like he beats Cyril Gane, which is the highest level, right, at that point. And then Aspinall, I feel like, is the next generation outside of Cyril Gane. If he beats him, I mean, I know there's so many more fighters, but man, how more can you solidify yourself as the GOAT if you was to do that? I mean, just damn, that would be like the GOAT, the best fighter on the planet, the baddest. I mean, of course, the Ngannou thing was always a thing, but the baddest MMA champion of all time.
Well, there's still the asterisks.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be there. That's still gonna be like, that's still gonna be there. But yeah, I mean, if he does it, technically on paper, all that, you know, the picogram and stuff, they've kind of like left it aside. So it's fine, but there's still the asterisks.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on. Let's move on to the last bit of news that we got. Islam Makhachev had done an interview with ESPN, and he took a couple shots, I would say. First of all, he did say Dustin Poirier seemed like the next fight, but he also said he doesn't feel like Dustin Poirier deserves it, but because there's no one else fighting, then, you know, Dustin Poirier, and he did say Dustin Poirier, but he goes, Dustin Poirier's still dangerous, he's still a high-level fighter, he just, you know, he lost against Gaethje. Really, it should be Gaethje. Saying, really, I should be fighting Gaethje, but Gaethje took that fight with Holloway, which, no, you know, he don't think makes sense or whatnot. You know, but yeah, he said, he goes, the only one available and the only one at the highest level is Dustin Poirier, which is a hard fight, but, you know, he pulled him out. But then also he said with Chandler, and I have to agree a little bit, because with this one, he goes, you know, Chandler's wasting his career waiting for Conor. It doesn't make... I agree. I mean, how long are you gonna wait? And you are wasting your career. You're not getting younger. You've got money that you could have made. You're an exciting guy as well. You know, and then it makes, and then maybe when you, Islam made a joke saying, well, maybe if Conor comes back, he loses, then Chandler feels like he might have a better chance to beat him. You know, made it kind of comment. But I kind of agree, Chandler, man. What do you do? Why are you waiting for that one fight that? It's wasting, like, is it really worth it? All that time you've wasted? How many years? What, is it coming up to a year and a bit now? 2 years?
Almost 2 years now you've been waiting for that, dude. That Lucky Charm motherfucker.
And Connor's living his life. He's making movies. He don't care about fighting. He's living his life. He's making money.
It doesn't make one bit of sense to us whatsoever, because, like I said, the division could do it. The UFC could do it with someone like Chandler. He's really exciting of a character, you know. He cuts good promos. His fighting style is so dynamic. He gets in there. I mean, the only downside about his fighting is that, like I said to you before, one of us is gonna die. that's his mentality going into to every single fight. But where are you, man? Like, we need you back, Chandler, man. Like, come on, son.
He could have got another title shot. Say if he fought, soon as I forget Conor, I'm just gonna fall. And maybe it wouldn't be Dustin Poirier up there. It could be between Dustin Poirier and Chandler. Maybe it could have been him that got a title fight if he won a fight or two or whatever here and there. Because he was on a losing streak a little bit as well. So yeah.
Silly. It's so silly. Islam, I like Islam's kind of, he's got this like condescending, sometimes sarcastic, but real talk truth about what he's saying. And you can take some things seriously and some things you're not sure, but he says it anyway. And he, he's very charismatic and very charming. And he's doing what a great champion can do, which is to look down at the division and see like, hey, like who really wants this right now? Like who I got the lion's share. I've beaten everybody else so far, and there was a time when nobody wanted to fight me. Remember that?
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to fight Islam at one point, yeah, because he was the scariest guy without the belt. He was a risk for everybody. Now he's got the belt, and not because the people are scared, but no one's running after Islam to fight for the belt. It's a slow process. It's I kind of knew this would happen, that he would get the belt and it would be like, oh, like what happens?
It's
What happens?
weird.
Like,
It's weird, yeah. I mean, of course, people
yeah.
wouldn't want to fight him and whatnot, but it's kind of like, um, yeah, he's still not be able to get any fights. And obviously, Ramadan was here. He's touched on the Leon Edwards thing, and he's like, it's Ramadan. Like, they offered me to fight knowing it's Ramadan. I feel that's a bit of a cheap one for Dana when he was on the interview and he was like, thank you, Leon Edwards, for accepting the fight, and no one else did. But he offered the fight, the Leon Edwards fight, to 3 Muslims, knowing, and I'm assuming Dana knew, or someone on the team knew it's Ramadan, and he knew that these Muslim fighters, not the American Muslim fighters, like Bilal Muhammad has done it, but we're talking about different, they are American, not saying that they're different, or the mentality is different, but the Dagestani lot take the religion like on point. I don't care about the UFC. I don't care about the belt. I don't care about the money. Ramadan's number one. So I believe he offered it to Islam, Hamza, and Shavkat. 3 Muslims were like, Ramadan. There's no way I'm doing it. Because Ramadan's number one. Like, and that's how devoted they are to the religion. Like they all rejected the title fight. And Islam rejected being the double champ possibly because of Ramadan. Like that's how devoted they are to their religion. That nothing comes in front of it. No UFC, no money, no nothing, no belt, no double champ. So I felt like, man, you shouldn't have offered them the fight, like, and just not just not offer them the fight. And like I said, in that interview, he was like, "Thank you, Leon Edwards," but I felt like it was a little bit like, "You guys let me down." No, it's Ramadan. Khabib has said it in the past. Like he set the precedent when he was like, Ramadan comes first. So you know how their mentality is. They're not accepting no fights during Ramadan. Again, Bilal's done it. It's just a different mentality. I'm not saying that his mentality is tougher or whatnot. It's they take their religion way more serious. I'm not trying to disrespect Bilal because he does as well. But they're like, nah, I don't care about anything except Ramadan. Whereas Bilal's like, I respect my religion. I'm gonna do Ramadan. I'm gonna fast, but I can also fight. I mean, it's a different mentality as well. But yeah,
It's a matter of choice, really.
exactly.
Let me hit you with this one before we jump, because I'm sure it's almost time, right?
I gotta go. Yeah.
You got okay. Last one for you, and if you can't get it, message me later. Right? What do you think of Ian Gary, right, versus Leon Edwards? Okay, Shavkat Rachmanov versus Jack Magdalena. Boom.
Ian Gary versus Leon Edwards.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it's happening. I'm just saying no. Ian Gary versus MVP. Sorry.
Okay,
Ian Gary,
okay.
MVP.
Yeah, about to say it. Like, well,
Rachmanov, Jack Magdalena. What do you think?
I like them both. I like them. I like them both. Yeah, yeah. MVP Ian Gary. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Two good strikers as well. Both are fun. Ian Gary's just. I know he's getting cussed left, right, and center, but something about him.
Find that.
Yeah, there's something about it that's entertaining.
MVP.
MVP, yeah, I like that. And then Shavkat and Medellin, yeah. I mean, after what Jack Medellin done the other day, definitely, a level up. But yeah. Yeah, so it's good. Cool.
Yeah, I was playing around with things. I was like, ooh, yeah, put that to the universe.
No, just pull it out there. No, it's a good one. It's good. Let me take the Instagram picture. All right, guys. Well, let's leave it there. It was good to catch up, bro. I'll leave you to it in beautiful countryside Thailand. I need to get back down to work. It's mad busy. But listen, great. Always good to catch up about fights. Always good to catch up in general. Guys, people watching, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support and all the good stuff. Like and subscribe. Show some love. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And we'll catch up on the next week. We'll catch up next week. Peace.